Hello everyone, welcome to Katharine's Creatures, episode 15. This is a series where I just get to talk about mythological creatures, beasts, beings, and the like from mythos pulled from all around the world. And I always preface by saying that if I mispronounce anything, I'm not a linguist and I do apologize in advance. Now today I want to talk about the Hob. And this is an English household spirit from the northern and midsection of that country. And I know I've talked about some brownies in the past in one of my other episodes, and you'll hear a little bit of an overlap on some of their attributes. But let's get back into what the Hob is. And the Hob, like I said, is a household spirit. They come out at night and help with the farm work, which is very beneficial, and people usually love to have them around, though there are some stories that state that if not, for whatever reason, I guess, they can become a nuisance. So you want to try to keep them on their good side and be nice to them as much as possible. Now, like I said, similar to some of the lore with the brownies, because in the English mythos with these kind of folklore spirits, there is a lot of overlap between different categories. So the Hob is, in a sense, related to the brownies, goblins, boggles, and other creatures of that mythos. And because of that, one of the ways, if you were trying to get rid of a problematic Hob, you would leave out some clothing, because that is a big slight. And when they see this gifted clothing, they would typically leave and never return. But on the other hand, you have to be careful, because if you incite them too much, there are the very, very rare few that then would be impossible to remove, and they would continue to wreak havoc on your farmlands and your household forevermore. So again, be very tentative and cautious if you were interacting with a Hob. But again, typically they're very benevolent creatures. They're often described as shorter, petite, humanoid entities, being very, very hairy. And if you start thinking about it, there are again some similarities, this time to Tolkien's hobbits, being the short, hairy, typically benevolent small folk that the Hobs lived in hob holes. Again, there is that kind of relatability overlap with this mythos and what Tolkien wrote in his books, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, though Tolkien always denied ever pulling his inspiration from any of the folklore as far as I remember reading. Could be wrong, check me. But the Hob, I'm suspicious that there might be a little similarities, being a benevolent, shorter, furrier person. Anywho, some of the other characters they're related to throughout the world, there's very high similarities in some Scandinavian folklore creatures, including the Nessie and the Tomti. Again, if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize, but I just wanted to bring awareness that there is a lot of interesting creatures pulled from the English folklore from all around that countryside, and even the surrounding countries themselves, that deal with beings that aren't necessarily fae, but they're very fae-like. They usually, again, are divided into the more benevolent creatures like the Hob, and some a little more volatile ones, which I'll get into at a later date. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over the creature called the Hob, because I think it's really neat. Again, I beg the question, is this one of the inspirations for Tolkien's hobbits and how they came about? And if not, there's great minds think alike kind of scenario there. But let me know what you think. Do you think there's a potential inspiration pulled from this kind of mythos, this creature, or not? But if you have any questions for me pertaining to this or anything else, post them in the comments below or message me on social media. And until next time, Skål.